The prison moons of Kalzor were said to be inescapable. Orbiting a dying star, the twin spheres shimmered red against the void, each holding thousands of captives from across the galaxy. No one had ever broken free. Not a single human, not even one of the genetically enhanced species bred for war, until Commander Reinhold arrived. Captured, he remembered the ambush vividly. The betrayal, the blinding flash, and the searing pain of a stun beam slicing through his armor. He'd been leading a diplomatic convoy through the Terrian Nebula when pirates attacked. But these weren't ordinary pirates. Their ships bore the sigil of Vrax's dominion, a brutal alien empire that despised humans. When he awoke, he was stripped of his armor, his wrists locked in glowing energy cuffs, his body weak from sedation. He was thrown into a cold metal cell on Kalzor, surrounded by towering Vraxian guards with razor-sharp mandibles and 4 glinting eyes. The largest of them leaned close, his breath hot and foul. "You are human," the creature hissed. "Fragile, soft, you will break easily." Rian raised his head, bruised but defiant. "Try me." The guard laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "You will fight in the pits. You will entertain us before you die." Rian clenched his fists, staring at the alien through the shimmering blue bars. "You've made a mistake." The pits of Kalzor. The next day, they dragged him out and threw him into the fighting pits, a circular arena surrounded by jeering alien crowds. Chains clanked around his wrists, humming with suppressive energy that drained his strength. Above, banners of the Dominion fluttered like blood-soaked flags. In the center of the pit stood his opponent, a hulking Thargan beast, half machine, half flesh, its chest plated with armor and its arms ending in serrated claws. Its roar shook the ground. Rian's heart pounded. The chains weighed heavy, restricting every movement. He could feel the drain of the energy cuffs, sapping his power, making every breath harder. A voice boomed from the loudspeakers. Human Commander Reinhold faced the wrath of Kalzor. The Thargan charged. Rian ducked barely in time, the claws slicing through air. He rolled aside, but the weight of his shackles slowed him. He could almost hear his bones creaking as he hit the ground. The creature swung again, massive, unstoppable. The blow caught his shoulder, throwing him across the sand. Pain burned through him, but somewhere inside, deep beneath the exhaustion and fear, something began to stir, a spark, a reminder. He remembered the oath he'd taken when he joined the Interstellar Corps. No chain shall bind those who defend the light. He forced himself up. The spark awakens. Rian had always been different. His DNA carried traces of experimental nanites from a classified Earth project, an enhancement meant to adapt human strength in hostile environments. The project was abandoned after the prototypes failed to activate under normal conditions. But this wasn't normal. This was survival. The Thargan lunged again. Rian caught its wrist mid-swing. The alien crowd gasped. The human's grip didn't break. His eyes burned bright silver as his muscles tightened, glowing faintly beneath his skin. The beast roared, trying to crush him, but Rian twisted sharply. The creature's wrist cracked like glass. "Not today," Rian growled. He drove his knee into the creature's chest and, with a surge of impossible strength, lifted the Thargan off the ground and hurled it across the arena. The alien smashed into the barrier with a thunderous crash. The crowd fell silent, then erupted in chaos. The alien commander's shock. From the viewing deck above, General Vorik, Commander Kalzor, leaned forward in disbelief. His massive frame rippled with dark scales and his 4 eyes narrowed. "Impossible," he hissed. "The energy cuffs should suppress all strength." His aide, a thin, trembling alien, stammered, "It seems the human's physiology is adapting." Vorik slammed a clawed fist onto the console, then increased the dampeners. "Break him before he becomes a legend." Broken, but not defeated. Rian's victory didn't earn freedom. It earned punishment. The guards beat him, bound him tighter, and dragged him to the Cell of Silence, an underground chamber where light and sound were forbidden. They left him chained to the floor, his body bruised and his mind numb. Days passed. Time lost meaning. Only the faint pulse of his heart and the whisper of memory kept him alive. He remembered Earth, the oceans, the laughter of his sister, the promise he made before leaving. "I'll come back. No prison can hold me." He clenched his fist again. The cuffs glowed red, responding to his resistance. Pain seared up his arms, but he refused to yield. The nanites inside him stirred, merging with his rage, his defiance, his will. A faint hum built beneath his skin. He could feel the energy coursing through him, rewriting muscle fibers, strengthening bone, amplifying every heartbeat. He didn't know what he was becoming, but he knew one thing. He would not die in chains. The breaking point. When the guards returned, Rian was sitting silently in the dark. Still alive, one sneered. Good. The general wants another show. They dragged him to the corridors, mocking him, spitting insults. The chains dug into his wrists. His vision blurred with fury. As they entered the main hall, one guard shoved him to his knees before Vork's throne. Vork's voice was deep and amused. You are strong, human. Stronger than most. But strength means nothing here. Bow, and I might let you live. Rian raised his head slowly. I'd rather die standing. Vork laughed, a harsh, echoing sound. So be it. He gestured to the guards. Prepare him for execution. The guards tightened the shackles. Energy crackled violently across Rian's arms. And that's when something inside him snapped. The pain became light, blinding, searing light. His veins glowed like molten steel. The energy cuffs sputtered, their containment fields flickering. The guard stepped back in alarm. Vork snarled. What is this? Rian stood. The chains trembled. You wanted a show, he said quietly. Watch closely. He pulled. The cuffs resisted, just for a heartbeat, before shattering with a sound like thunder. Sparks exploded around him as the chains fell to the ground, smoking. The crowd outside the chamber screamed. Guards rushed forward. But Rian caught the first by the throat and hurled him into the wall. The second tried to fire a plasma rifle. Rian raised his hand, the nanites reacting instinctively, forming a magnetic pulse that bent the shot harmlessly away. His strength wasn't just physical. It was alive, conscious, responding to his will. He tore through the guards like they were made of paper. Vork roared, drawing his massive blade. You are no man. Rian met his charge head-on. No, I'm something better. Their clash shook the hall. Steel against alien alloy. Sparks showering the floor. Vork was strong, but Rian was unstoppable. Every blow fueled the nanites, repairing, adapting, evolving. With a final, earth-shattering strike, Rian drove his fist through the alien's armor, sending the general crashing to the ground. Vork gasped, eyes wide with disbelief. How? Rian leaned close. You shouldn't have chained me. He let the alien fall lifeless. The uprising. Word of the human's escape spread like wildfire through the prison. Slaves and captives, creatures from dozens of worlds, rose against their captors. They saw the broken chains and believed it was possible. By the time Rian reached the control tower, the entire prison moon was in revolt. Explosions rocked the corridors. Automated turrets malfunctioned. The sky outside was streaked with escape pods. He accessed the central command console, his enhanced mind deciphering alien code in seconds. He deactivated the energy barriers, freeing every prisoner in the complex. As he prepared to leave, a trembling voice came over the comms. Who are you? Rian looked up at the stars through the shattered viewport. No one important, he said. Just a man who doesn't like chains. The escape. He stole a fighter ship in the hangar, still wearing remnants of his broken shackles. As the prison moon crumbled behind him, he activated the engines and shot into the vastness of space. The stars stretched into streaks of light as he entered hyperspace. His reflection in the cockpit glass caught his eye, silver veins still glowing faintly beneath his skin. Whatever the nanites had done, there was no going back. But he didn't care. He was free, for the first time in weeks. He allowed himself a smile. Then the comm screen flickered. A transmission appeared, an encrypted message from Earth Command. Commander Hope, the voice said, we receive your signal. You're alive. What happened out there? Rian hesitated, looking out at the endless horizon of stars. I learned something, he said quietly. No prison can hold a man who remembers why he fights. He switched off the comm and leaned back, closed his eyes as the ship carried him home. Behind him, the prison moons of Kalzor burned like dying embers in the dark, symbols of a tyranny that had finally met its match. Epilogue. Months later, whispers spread across the galaxy of the human who broke his chains. Some said he was a myth. Others said he was building a resistance army. to the slaves of the Dominion. He was hope given flesh. And somewhere deep in the stars, Reinhold trained quietly, knowing war was coming. And when it did, the galaxy would remember the day a single man shattered the unbreakable.